Hi, my name is Shirley Lohmaier. I wanted to take a few moments to drop in here to talk about the Inner Alchemy School, the Daoist Inner Alchemy School that is run by Andrew Kenneth Fretwell. I personally have been in Andrew's world for about 6 years now. I attended the school in, I believe, 2020, and am deeply embedded in these beautiful Taoist practices that go through the school, and wanted to talk through why I just think they're so fundamental and what they have done for me in my life. I'm somebody who now leads and walks very deeply in my what I call my new earth mission, my mission of consciousness and the new paradigm. And the Daoist inner earth practices are the foundation from which I do this. They've really helped me to actually just change my life radically on many different levels, right? And so I think the first and most profound is that they have shifted me in my physical being and allowed me to become much more integrated and balanced between my masculine and feminine expressions. They are also practices that have led me to process so much of my ancestral patterns out of my being in a really, really phenomenal way. You know, for so many of us who are leaders or visionaries or, walking a bit of an alternative path to the normal, we spend so much time healing, right? And working with these patterns in our ancestry. And what I found with the Daoist inner alchemy practices is that they are an absolute accelerator to being able to step past the patterns of your lineage and move beyond feeling like you're in this place of healing into this place of actually being able to lead yourself from your highest mission, from your soul, being really embodied in your soul, and stepping to beyond just doing practices and healing yourself into serving others, right? And so I lead from mission now. I live my life with mission. I support and train others in these practices and mentor others in their own soul guidance and mission. And I know for a fact that I absolutely would not have been able to do it without having walked this Taoist path and without having done these deep inner alchemy practices that have enabled me to start leading my life from my multidimensional soul. And so it's a really fundamental bridge to walk through. And often I think you come to these practices because maybe you need deeper healing, or you're looking for a deeper space, or you're trying to marry parts of your physical healing with your energy healing. These are the reasons why we come to these practices, and yet they just offer so much more than that, right? And if I look back to who I was before starting these practices, I was definitely very anchored in a masculine way of being. I used to hustle a lot. I used to work exceptionally hard. I used to be very much in scarcity in terms of what I did with my time, how I was trying to build money, how I was trying to build my mission. I was just in a very yang expression. And through doing these practices and deepening my own inner world, I've moved to this place of now living a very abundant life, leading myself from overflow, being very balanced between my masculine and feminine, and having found a feminine expression in a new way, and a beautiful way that allows me to support and mentor other women. And I've found the space of depth within that I've been craving for so long in my life. I've always been this person who wanted depth and who's been looking in different places for depth. And yet now I've been able to cultivate that within myself in a way that allows me to be super sovereign, allows me to dance to the rhythm of my own tune, right? I lead a pretty alternative life. I lead a very holistic life. I live off the grid. I live off the land, things that I've always wanted to do, and things that have totally been empowered by going through this journey of Daoist inner alchemy. And so if you're somebody who's considering joining the school, it's a no-brainer for me that you would do this, and that you would commit to this deeper work, because it is this deeper work that leads you across the bridge to everything that you're dreaming of and everything that you feel called to by your soul, but you can't really ever see the way through, right? It's like sometimes we have this calling and this desire and all these things come, this mission, this vision that's coming from our soul, and we know we're called to do these things, but when we look at our 3D reality, we have no idea how, right? We just can't see a realistic path through. And for me, the Daoist inner alchemy practices are the inner work required that supports you to move, to build this path through from where you are to your dreams, your visions, your desires, your desire for ease, joy, a fulfilled life. All of these things are only met by doing this deep inner work. And I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful that I have found the Taoist path, and I'm so grateful for the level of change that is brought in my life. And there's just really no words. There's just really no words for what a fundamental shift it has brought to me. And I so enjoy being in Andrew's world. I've continued to be under his mentoring for so long. He just holds a depth of space that allows me to grow beyond and beyond, and to just keep growing and to keep growing. And what has started as an inner journey for myself and my own healing has now become a North Star guidance for my mission and how I serve others and how I show up and how I create abundance and wealth and impact in my world. And so it's become such an overflow into me being a leader and a visionary and leading the new earth. And so I really, really recommend it to anybody. If you're considering it and you can feel it and you know that it's going to shift you, it's like the question is, can you trust yourself enough to step into doing this deeper inner work? And can you trust enough that this deeper inner work is going to bring massive external shifts in your life? Because that's the truth of it. It is guaranteed to bring you all the external shifts that maybe you've looked elsewhere or you've looked outside of yourself for. It is this deeper inner work that's actually the bridge. That's actually the bridge to the next level you. And so, welcome. Welcome to this incredible journey of deep mastery. I really know that it's going to serve you on so many layers. I send you so much love.